हेलो फ्रेंड्स, मेरा नाम है तान्या और आज हम चैप्टर 11 ट्रांसपोर्टेशन इन एनिमल्स एंड प्लांट्स की एक्सरसाइज करने वाले हैं। चैप्टर 7 जो कि नई बुक में है। अब एक्सरसाइज है इसकी match the structures given in column 1 with functions given in column number 2. अब इसके लिए हमें पहले जानना पड़ेगा कि ये सारे जो स्ट्रक्चर्स दिए हुए हैं ये होते क्या हैं। स्टोमेटा, सबसे पहला ऑप्शन है स्टोमेटा। स्टोमेटा होता क्या है? स्टोमेटा जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल दिस इज अ लीफ. So if you see the leaf on microscope, you will see certain small pores, छोटे छोटे छेद आपको दिखेंगे. And if you zoom out these holes, it will look something like this. Now this is the stomata opening and these are the guard cells. अब दिस इज ऑल द रोल ऑफ स्टोमेटा. अब स्टोमेटा पोल्स होते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमारे नोज में जो पोर्स होते हैं दे अब्जॉर्ब गैस एंड दे रिलीज गैस. सेम इज ऑफ द स्टोमेटा. स्टोमेटा इज द नोज ऑफ द लीव्स. स्टोमेटा गैस को अंदर लेता है एंड सिमिलरली गैस को बाहर भी फेंकता है. एंड नाउ यू नो दैट द गैस फॉर्म ऑफ वाटर इज वाटर वेपर. एंड ट्रांसपोर्टेशन एक ऐसी प्रोसेस है जिसमें ट्रांसपायरेशन एक ऐसी प्रोसेस है जिसमें इवापोरेशन होता है वाटर का, एक्चुअली एक्सेस वाटर का, फ्रॉम द स्टोमेटा प्रेजेंट इन द लीव्स. सो स्टोमेटा का ऑप्शन नंबर बी होगा. We can conclude that the evaporation of water from the stomata present on the surface of the leaves is called transpiration. Now, second है xylem. What is xylem? For example, this is soil, a layer of soil, and this is a tree, a certain tree. कोई सा भी tree है. This are its leaves and these are its roots. अब roots का काम क्या होता है? Roots are used for absorbing water and minerals from the soil for photosynthesis. अब जाइलम का काम होता है यहाँ से वाटर एंड मिनरल्स को अब्जॉर्ब करना एंड इसे ट्रांसपोर्ट करना टू द लीव्स ताकि वो फोटोसिंथेसिस कैरी आउट कर सके. एंड दिस प्रोसेस इज डन बाय जाइलम. सो जाइलम का ऑप्शन नंबर सी हो जाएगा, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ फूड. सो वी कैन कंक्लूड दैट द xylem tissues join together and form a continuous network of channels that connect roots to the leaves through the stem. भाई स्टेम के थ्रू ही तो जाता है. एंड द ब्रांचेस, स्टेम के बाद तो ब्रांचेस ही होती हैं टू कनेक्ट टू द लीव्स एंड दस ट्रांसपोर्ट वाटर टू ऑल द पार्ट्स ऑफ द प्लांट्स. स्टेम के थ्रू जा रहा है, ब्रांच में जा रहा है, लीव्स में जा रहा है, फ्लावर में तो ऑटोमेटिकली चला जाएगा, रूट से वो निकल के आ रहा है. तो अल्टरनेटिवली ये अपने आप ही पूरा का पूरा एक सिस्टम बन जाता है जो कि वाटर एंड मिनरल्स ट्रांसपोर्ट करने का काम करता है. सॉरी, इसका ऑप्शन नंबर सी नहीं होगा, इसका ऑप्शन नंबर डी होगा, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन ऑफ वाटर. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज आवर रूट हेयर्स. रूट हेयर्स आर द हेयर्स ऑफ द रूट ऑफ एनी XYZ प्लांट. रूट हेयर्स के अंदर होता है जाइलम that creates some space between the soil particles to allow. Xylem is basically a tissue, a group of cells that extracts water and transports it to all the parts of the plant. Now, root hairs are just the root, जिसे बाल कहते हैं ना, वो रूट के बाल हैं. And that extend to as much as length as it needs the water. पानी अगर आपको चाहिए होगा तो आप दूर दूर तक जाके देखोगे कि कहाँ पानी है और कहाँ पीने का पानी है. राइट, द सेम इज विद द रूट हेयर. जितना लंबा रूट हेयर जाएगा उतना ही लंबा वाटर का अब्जॉर्प्शन हो पाएगा। एंड अब्जॉर्ब करने के लिए रूट हेयर के अंदर होते हैं जाइलम। अंडरस्टैंड द डिफरेंस बिटवीन जाइलम एंड रूट हेयर। तो रूट हेयर का होगा absorption of water, option number A. Now, we can conclude that the root hair increase the surface area of the root for the absorption of water and mineral nutrients dissolved in water. Now, next option is phloem. Phloem का काम होता है, अब xylem tissue leaves के पास लेके गया all the minerals and whatever minerals and nutrients in water वो लेके गया सक्शन पुल के थ्रू। ये शब्द याद रखना, सक्शन पुल के थ्रू जाइलम टिश्यू लीव्स के पास वाटर एंड मिनरल्स लेके गया ताकि लीव्स फोटोसिंथेसिस कर सके। नेक्स्ट फ्लोएम का काम होता है फोटोसिंथेसिस करने के बाद जो फूड प्रिपेयर होता है उस फूड को पूरे पार्ट्स तक, all the parts of the plants तक लेके जाना। And as you have learned that energy is the primary source for all the work. अगर आपके पास एनर्जी नहीं होगी तो आप कोई भी काम नहीं कर पाएंगे। The same is with the plant. अगर एक प्लांट को फोटोसिंथेसिस करनी होगी तो it needs energy. Phloem transports energy made by the leaves to all the parts of the plants. So phloem जो है टिश्यू, it will be option number option number C, transport of food. Now we can conclude that the phloem tissue join together and form a long tube which transport food from leaves to other part of the plant body. ये conclude आपके give reasons में आ सकते हैं exams में. Now question number 2. The blood from the heart is transported to all the parts of the body by the dash. तो आपको पता होना चाहिए कि for example this is a heart and this is a lungs. These are the lungs. Let's suppose that this is the heart and these are the lungs. So lungs को connect करने के लिए pulmonary vein runs from the heart The pulmonary vein transports the blood from the heart to गलत बोल रही हूँ pulmonary vein runs from the lungs to the heart carrying oxygenated blood, and the pulmonary artery runs from the heart to the lungs carrying deoxygenated blood. अब इसका ही करेक्ट उल्टा हमें यहाँ पे देखने को मिल जाएगा. The pulmonary artery carries oxygenated blood from the the arteries carry oxygenated blood from the pulmonary vein, and the vein carries deoxygenated blood from the cells after performing respiration. सेल्स अपना प्रोसेस कर दिए. अब वो कहते हैं कि हमारे पास जितना भी कूड़ा कचरा है वो आप लेके जाए और हमारे पास कुछ नहीं रहना चाहिए. वी शुड बी क्लीन. Veins carry all the blood all the way to heart, and again the pulmonary artery carry the blood to the lungs to get oxygenated, and the pulmonary vein carries it back to the heart. Again the pull is produced and it goes all to the body from the arteries and again to the capillaries from the vein and all the way through again. Now इसका फिर क्वेश्चन का आंसर होना चाहिए the blood from the heart is transported to all the parts of the body by the. यहाँ पे आपको ध्यान रखना है कि from the heart it can be two options now, from the heart to things run. It is the pulmonary vein and the artery. आपको अगले सेंटेंस पे ध्यान रखना है, अगले पे ध्यान रखना है कि आगे क्या है. ट्रांसपोर्टेड टू ऑल पार्ट्स ऑफ द बॉडी. यहाँ पे टू द लंग्स नहीं है, टू द ऑल पार्ट्स ऑफ द बॉडी. नाउ दैट शुड बी आर्टरी. Arteries. Now, why arteries are thick blood vessels which transport blood from the heart to all the part of the body. Now, hemoglobin is present in which type of cells? This can be asked as one marker in your exam. Hemoglobin is present in the red blood cells, also called the RBCs. And the red blood cells are red because of the hemoglobin, and that is why they are called red. Red blood cells, RBCs, contain red pigment called the hemoglobin. It binds with oxygen and transports it to all parts of the body, ultimately to all the cells. Now, the rhythmic contraction and the rhythmic expansion and contraction of the heart is called what? Now, please learn the difference between the heartbeat and the pulse rate. The heartbeat is the continuous contraction and expansion of the heart muscles, where the artery, the pulse rate is the movement in the arteries caused due to the heartbeat. तो इसका आंसर है the rhythmic contraction and expansion of the heart muscles is called. Now heart की यहाँ पे बात हो रही है तो heart beat आएगा. So its answer would be heartbeat. Now, arteries and veins are joined by a network of. ये मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया है in the chapter explanation. Arteries हर एक सेल के पास नहीं जाती. Arteries के लिए छोटे लोग काम करते हैं. These are known as capillaries. Capillaries are small arteries which go into each and every cell. Actually, they do not go there. They बाहर से ही just it's a formality कि बाहर से ही वो blood उनको देते हैं, ऑक्सीजन उनको देते हैं. They take the oxygen and they carry out their process and again give back the waste to the blood and all the process is formed. So the answer would be CPILLARIES, capillaries. Arteries and veins are joined by a network of capillaries. Capillaries अगर आपसे पूछा जाए कि capillaries basically arteries हैं या veins हैं, तो आप कहेंगे arteries because they are forming out of arteries, not out of veins. उनका जो ग्रुप है वो veins फॉर्म कर रहा है पर वो आर्टरी से फॉर्म हो रही हैं. The main excretory product in human beings is what? Now यहाँ पे
वेट, तुम क्वेश्चन नंबर क्यों नहीं बोलती हो? अभी मिस हुआ ना इसी चक्कर में, है ना? क्वेश्चन नंबर बोला करो.
ठीक है,
चलो स्टार्ट.
नहीं तो
रीड कर चुकी हो, आगे बोलो.
ठीक है. क्वेश्चन नंबर 5. द मेन एक्सक्रीटरी प्रोडक्ट इन ह्यूमन बींग्स इज. अब आपने चैप्टर में पढ़ा होगा कि ह्यूमन बींग्स में 95% वाटर होता है, 2.5% यूरिया होता है एंड अगेन 2.5% अदर वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट्स होते हैं. नाउ यू नो दैट water is present in the blood, it is present in the saliva, it is present in the acids, in the stomach, in the intestine and all. So water is the common. Water हर जगह है बॉडी में, ऑलमोस्ट हर जगह है बॉडी में. So water would not be the main. Next is urea and other waste products. Now you should know that the other waste products never be, because ये other है, इन्हें specify नहीं किया गया है कि कौन से हैं. Then it would be urea. Urea would be the answer. Now the main excretory product in human beings is urea. Sweat contains, question number 6, sweat contains water and what? Sweat का नाम ही अगर आप देखें तो water plus salt equals to sweat. नाम ही इन दोनों शब्दों से एक्सट्रैक्ट किया गया है, तो इसका आंसर होगा स्वेट. स्वेट कंटेन्स वाटर एंड सॉल्ट, तो इसका आंसर होगा सॉल्ट्स. Kidneys eliminate, question number 7, kidneys eliminate the waste materials in the liquid form called. Now we know that urea is the main. Other waste products, urea and water, add up to make urine. Urea, other waste products and water add up to make urine. A normal adult human being normally passes about 1 to 1.8 liter of urine in 24 hours, and the urine consists of 95% water, 2.5% urea and 2.5% other waste products, as we learned. Now question number 8, water reaches great heights in the trees because of suction pull caused by dash. अब आपने पढ़ा होगा और मैंने आपको थोड़ी देर पहले भी बताया था कि जब सेल्स के पास जो स्टोमेटा होता है तो स्टोमेटा कंटिन्यूसली ट्रांसपिरेशन करता रहता है. दैट कॉजेज द लैक ऑफ वाटर इन द प्लांट, एंड व्हेन द लैक ऑफ वाटर इज कॉज्ड द photosynthesis process could not be performed, and because of that the plant would say मुझे भूख लगी है, मुझे जल्दी से खाना दो. The roots would say okay, but for that we have to get water. अब water चाहिए तो आप मम्मी से बोलोगे कि मम्मी बहुत जल्दी भूख लगी है, जल्दी खाना दो. The mummy will give you very fast. तो इसी तरीके से जब रूट वाटर को एब्जॉर्ब करता है तब लोग स्टेम से छीनने लग जाते हैं, यानी कि लीव्स छीनने लग जाती हैं. एंड द लीव्स आर ऑन द टॉप ऑफ द प्लांट एज यू हैव लर्नड. सो स्टेम से फास्टली थ्रू द ग्रेट हाइट्स पहुंच जाता है बिकॉज ऑफ सक्शन पुल कॉज्ड बाय ट्रांसपिरेशन. Because of suction pull caused by transpiration. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 3. Choose the correct option. In plants, water is transported through dash. Question option 1 xylem, option 2 phloem, option 3 stomata और option 4 root hair. अब मैं आपको इन सब का काम बताती हूँ. लास्ट से शुरू करते हैं. ऑप्शन नंबर 4 रूट हेयर. रूट हेयर का एज आई सेड रूट हेयर डज नॉट ट्रांसपोर्ट वाटर. वाटर वो उनका काम होता है वाटर को एब्जॉर्ब करना, ना कि ट्रांसपोर्ट करना. इट कैन नॉट बी देन रूट हेयर. Third is stomata. Stomata's work is to evaporate water or do the exchange of gases. So stomata cannot be, because it will not go wherever in the plant, otherwise it will stay in one place and do all the processes it is assigned to. Next is the phloem. Phloem का काम होता है लीव से खाना लेना and transport it to all the parts of the plant including the root. वो खाना देता है सबको. Now it is xylem. Xylem carries water and dissolved minerals up upward direction from the roots to the leaves of the plant. रूट हेयर से जो वाटर और डिजॉल्व मिनरल्स एब्जॉर्ब होते हैं वो जाइलम का काम होता है ग्रेट हाइट्स तक पहुंचाना थ्रू द सक्शन पुल. सो ऑप्शन फर्स्ट वुड बी द करेक्ट आंसर, जाइलम. नेक्स्ट इज water absorption through roots can be increased by keeping the plants dash. Now you know that transpiration when is performed water की need ज़्यादा होती है and transpiration is performed by the stomata. Stomata से transpiration perform होता है. Then the stomata are the open pores. Stomata में जब भी ज़्यादा विंड जाएगी तभी ज़्यादा ट्रांसपिरेशन हो पाएगा. एंड ज़्यादा विंड इन चारों ऑप्शंस में से कहाँ जाएगी? कवर्ड. व्हेन अ प्लांट इज कवर्ड विद अ पॉलीथीन बैग उसमें रेयरली कोई हवा जाएगी भी. सो दिस विल नॉट बी द करेक्ट ऑप्शन. इन द शेड, चाहे वो शेड में हो चाहे वो डिम लाइट में हो कोई फ़र्क तो पड़ेगा नहीं. The difference will be in the photosynthesis process. Now under the fan, the speed of the air will flow is very high. Transpiration will take place in the presence of high air flow through the stomata. The rate of transpiration increases during windy condition. अब आप देखेंगे जैसे let's take example of Thar desert. So why is Thar desert a desert? This is because the plants surviving there are उन्हें ज़्यादा हवा लगती है and whenever they get more air or more air passes to them they evaporate the water. जो उनके अंदर वाटर होता है that forms the water vapor and it gets carried away by the air and that is why Thar desert is a sandy area. Now let us discuss question number 4. Why is transport of materials necessary in a plant or in an animal? Because of the following reasons. यहाँ पे आपको reasons दिए हुए हैं ये क्यों है. Let's read it. In plants water and dissolved minerals are transported from roots to leaves by xylem, whereas prepared food is transported from leaves to all parts of plant by the phloem. पी से फ्लोएम, पी से फूड तो नहीं होता, कोई बात नहीं, पर फ्लोएम ट्रांसपोर्ट prepared food from leaves to all parts of the plant and xylem transports water and dissolved minerals from the roots to the leaves to prepare food. जहाँ से phloem का काम शुरू होता है to transport the prepared food from leaves to parts of the plant. Now, question number 5. Second reason is if there were no transport system in the plant, leaves would not get water for photosynthesis and thus they would not be able to make food and all parts of the plant would not be survived without food and hence the plant would die. अगर आपको 3-4 दिनों के लिए खाना ना मिले then you will survive. But what about a year? You cannot. Obviously, the same is with the plant. Plants are also organisms, right? So they also need food to survive. As we read in the first line of the chapter that some essential components are there for the survival. They are food, water and air. Now, next, in case of animals, food and water are transported to all parts of the body so that they can generate energy and grow. Similarly, waste products are produced during the function of body cells. and are transported to their respective organs so that they can be excreted. Fourth, if there were no transported system in animals, they would not be able to get energy and get rid of waste. And as we know, if you did not get rid of waste, the waste would produce certain acids in our body that would cause harm to our body. Thus, their survival would not be possible.
Start.
Now, question number 5. What will happen if there are no platelets in the blood? The main function of platelets is to prevent bleeding. Platelets help in the coagulation of blood. Clotting of blood, it is also known as the clotting of blood in a cut or wound. If there are no platelets in the blood, it will continue to flow out from the wound and ultimately the person will die. Now, let us know that how does it happen. If this is your leg and this is an injury, then after some time you will notice that a dark brown clot will appear there, stopping the blood from bleeding. This black spot will be known as clot, and it is formed by platelets present in the blood. And if there will be no platelets in the blood would continue to flow out from the wound and ultimately the person will die. अगर आप में से सारा खून ऐसे ही निकल जाएगा, then how will you survive? Let's now come to question number 6. What are stomata? Give two functions of stomata. Stomata are tiny pores present on the surface of leaves. Now, what are these used for? Stomata are tiny pores present on the surface of leaves. So obviously they will be getting in and out through the leaf. So gaseous exchange for respiration and photosynthesis takes place from the stomata and the stomata only. Next is removal of excess water by transpiration. And as you know that the gaseous form of water is water vapor. Water vapor. Now gaseous form, if the water turns into the gaseous form, it will be easily allowed to move out by the stomata. So removal of excess water by transpiration is also possible. The following picture shows the opening and closing of the stomata to allow the intake of carbon dioxide and release of oxygen. Now here, the stomata opening and the guard cells are here to protect the stomata for any other waste products entering it. Now they are stayed to prevent any other material entering them. This is the chloroplast, these are the cell walls, and this is the vacuole. A stomata is also guarded by guard cells, and they do also have nebula in nucleus in them. Now, let us see question number 7. Does transpiration serve any useful function in the plants? Explain. So yes, the transpiration serves a useful function in the plants. The evaporation of water from the leaves of the plant is called transpiration. The evaporation of water from the leaves generates a suction pull which can pull the water to great heights in the tall trees. Did you know that transpiration also serves an function that is a very important function? Have you ever seen a matka or an earthen pot? An earthen pot in summers is used to keep water. Why is that water of that pot cool more than the RO in your house? This is because that matka has certain pores on it through which the water can evaporate and cause the cooling down of the matka. Same is with the human body and the plants through the transpiration. Through transpiration, the plants can keep themselves cool in high and humid conditions. Now let's come to question number 8. What are the components of blood? So blood is a red color liquid which circulates in our body. The main components of blood are plasma. Plasma. What is exactly plasma? Plasma is a liquid part of the blood, and as you know, a thick liquid is hard to flow through any object. So similarly, our blood, if is very thick, it will be surely hard to flow through the blood vessels. It can also be possible that without plasma, the blood will be stuck and remain there forever. And if it happens, we will die. Now, plasma has an important role in the blood. Well, let's come to the next topic. It is RBCs or red blood cells. Red blood cells contain a red pigment called hemoglobin, which binds up with other materials such as oxygen, carbon dioxide, and food and energy to transport them to all the parts of the human body to perform certain tasks. Now, the next is WBCs or white blood cells. White blood cells are white in color and their function is to fight with the germs that may enter our body. When we get a fever, that means that the WBCs in our body are much smaller than the amount of germs present in the body. Next is platelets. What are platelets? Platelets are certain cells. Platelets are certain cells which allow the clotting of blood. Now, why is clotting of blood necessary? Clotting of blood is necessary to prevent the excess flowing out of blood, which can even lead to death. Now, we can see the components of blood here. This is the picturization group of components of blood. These are the red blood cells, and small in there, what makes them red is the hemoglobin dissolved in them. These small 3 dots are the platelets. Platelets are basically the clot dissolved in blood. White blood cells are the germ fighting cells in the body. Now, plasma. This is the liquid part of the blood, and the outer tube which is carrying the blood is called the blood vessel. Now, question number 9. Why is blood necessary or needed by all the parts of the body? Blood carries digested food and oxygen to all parts of the body, or we can say in simple language that blood carries or transports products or ingredients from parts of the body. It carries digested food from the small intestine to various parts of the body to perform functions. It also carries oxygen from the lungs to the cells and carbon dioxide from the cells to the lungs, and all the waste produced in the blood is then carried all the way to the kidneys for filtration. Question number 11. Describe the function of heart. Now, what is heart? Heart is a pumping organ which pumps the blood. It pumps for 24/7. It pumps the deoxygenated blood to the lungs. Moreover, the heart pumps oxygenated blood to different parts of the body. The following pictures shows the functioning of blood. Now, question number 12. Why is it necessary to excrete waste products? All cells of our body produce waste products during their functioning. These waste products, such as urea, are toxic to the body and hence need to be removed from the body. The process of removing waste products produced in the cells of living organism is called excretion. The organs involved in excretion are called excretory system. Now, a dear question number 13 says, draw a diagram of a human excretory system and label the various parts. Now, the human excretory system has the following parts. Part number 1, kidneys. The kidneys filter the waste which is flushed out of the body as urine and excreta. We also know that the useful products are absorbed back into the blood and the rest is flushed out of the body as urine and excreta. Ureter. The ureters transfer liquid waste from the kidneys to the urinary bladder. The liquid waste can also be known as urine. Now, what is the urinary bladder? The urinary bladder stores the urine until it is finally discharged from the body. Its shape is like a balloon. What is urethra now? Urethra is a carrier of semen in males as well as urine for the ultimate discharge of the body out of the body. Now, urethra is a muscular tube extending to the urinary opening. The urinary opening, the urine exits out of the body from this opening. Or we can say the urinary opening is the last part of the body. Now, these are the kidneys. They filter the blood and absorb back the useful ingredients back into the blood. This is the ureter that carries all the urine or the bad part of the blood to the urinary bladder where it is stored. Along with the urinary bladder, we can see that here is urethra, and this is urethra, a muscular tube for which it is opening through. Now, urinary opening, this is this opening through which the urine flows out of the body. And I have to tell you one more thing. The explanation for this chapter, the video that I uploaded later is in the description. Please watch it, and if you have any doubts, please drop the doubt in the comment. I will surely answer it. Thank you and bye.